Hey YouTube, I thought I would do a fun little video. Oh, I was gonna add something else to my makeup look. I went a little overboard on my makeup. This is the first time I think I've had full glam on my channel in quite a while. I know I don't have lashes on, but that's my look. It's super basic. On my lips right now, I thought I'll tell you real quick before we dive into this video. Is the UPS truck stopping here? They're gonna be watching me film. I have to do it in front of my window. I have on my lips right now, it's by e.l.f. It's Bordeaux Beauty. That's what it looks like. It's one of these. Then on my eyes, I think it's all of it except one shade. But I set my eyes with a shade in the Yes Please palette. I set it with full zip. That's normally what I set my concealer and foundation with. And this is the palette that I'm using by Ace Beauté. It's the it's this palette. I got it in my BoxyCharm, and I'll link the video down below if you're interested. But that's on my eyes right now. And I thought I would just quickly get into this video because I recorded it and then I was looking a hot mess. It was messy. It wasn't organized. So I have my little bullet journal here with some notes in it to talk about, like the title said, my experience working in a dog kennel. If you are interested, if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe. It really means a lot to me. My channel is very slowly growing, but it's growing more than I thought. I'm getting way more views than I ever thought. 5 views is enough for me, to be honest with you. But one of my videos has, I think, over 100 right now. It's my thrift books video, and if you have been here since then, hi, hello, I'm so glad you're here. My name is Vegas. Nice to meet you guys. But yeah, I'm just all that to spell out, but I thought I would get into this real quick. So my initial, what is that? Oh, my initial reason for applying at a dog daycare center was, one, my dog went there, Happy. He's in the living room. He used to go to this daycare, and he was going there for 4 months before I even considered applying, because prior to that, I worked in retail. That's another story I can get into another time. But I worked at retail for a while, and they were close to firing me because of things, nothing personal. It wasn't anything I did wrong. It was just policy that I wasn't getting enough cards. Anyways, so I was like, well, I'm going to quit before they fire me, but I need a backup. And my partner, he came to me, guess what I saw? Guess who was hiring? Guess what place? I was like, what? He's like, he named the daycare, and I freaked the hell out of excitement. I was like, I want to work here so bad. It's a great place. They treat dogs well. I want to go. So I applied. I went in when we were dropping off Happy to apply, and she gave me the resume. She gave me an application, and I filled it out, brought in a resume. I'm just checking off what I talked about. And stuff like that. So I was really stoked. It took 2 weeks, and I know now why it took so long. 2 weeks to get even a call back for an interview. I called, I think 3 times. I think I called like 3 days in a week about it because I was determined to get this job. So I applied for pet care attendant. That was not my initial job in the beginning, but I'll get into my position in a second. And when I got a call about the interview, I was super stoked, super excited. I got the job within like an hour and a half, 2 hours after the interview. It was super quick and easy. It was great. It was honestly a great place to work. My initial position was pet care attendant, but that's not what I did. I was front end work because she's like not even that much older than me. The girl who was the front desk, she was pregnant and she had to go on maternity leave, and I was her replacement until she came back, and then I was going to be out in the yards more. But I was in the yards all the time. I was never not out in the yards. But what I initially was doing was filing paperwork, vet calls, customer service, cash checking, thing. Like I was counting not the payroll, God no. I was counting the money drawer in the front. I was keeping in touch with keeping an inventory intact, making sure the dogs had lunches, water, helping them bring dogs in and out. I helped with sorry, my eyes itchy. I helped with standing with dogs that had to be alone. We had a few dogs that had to be alone, so I would stand in the yards with them. Stuff like that. I would check dogs in, check dogs out. I mostly checked dogs in because I was morning, and then the evening shift would do it. I worked 7 to 3, and I was able to leave early if I wanted to on slow days. You know, we all rotated who left early, what day of the week. You know, it's organized chaos, but it worked. The dogs were safe. We, you know, we were doing taking dogs in and out individually, keeping dogs separated that need to be separated, keeping dogs out of sight that need to be out of sight. We had 2 dogs in particular. The second they see each other, they go at it, and that's a story for later on. I'm gonna write that down. Because that story later on is the breaking point of me quitting the job. It's gonna be a very, very long video, and I do not edit, so if you're not interested, click out now. Thank you for watching this long. If you did, I appreciate it. Anyways, we had 2 dogs in particular that couldn't be in sight of each other because of they got in a fight long time ago. Ever since, things were weird, so we kept them as separate as possible, and it really worked. It was organized chaos down there. This location, there's 2 locations. One downtown is where I worked at. One on the other side of town is where I transferred to, but again, I'll get into that in a minute. Again, it was organized chaos. There was drama between people, you know, because it's all females, so some things happened. Drama, talking, dirty, people doing other people dirty. I'll get into that later too. I'm gonna write it down so I don't forget. Okay. Sorry. There's a lot to talk about. I only wrote like keynotes, but like there's other side stories that really make sense of my experience there. Anyways, so obviously there's drama, but we all kept it professional. I feel like we kept it pretty professional. There was moments where things were a little unprofessional, which I understand. You know, things happen, anger happens, you get stressed. It's a very, very stressful place to work. It's a lot more stressful than people realize. I knew it was going to be stressful going in because I love dogs. I love animals. And so I know what it's I didn't know the extent of what it was like, but I had an idea of what it would have been like before I went there, before I started working there. So I knew it wasn't just play with puppies all day. I knew that it was a lot more strategic than that. It was a lot more critical thinking than that. But it was, again, it was a fun experience at that location. But yeah, some things got out of hand that were managed easily, that we got under control of each other, of critical thinking when we're in the yards with the dogs and getting stressed at each other because of what the dogs are doing. We all talk shit about each other, but we all, except me and this other girl, I never said a bad thing about her. I don't know if she said anything about me, but I never said anything bad about her. Or two girls I worked there I was actually pretty close with. Anyways, we all kept it pretty professional, I felt like, and we all were able to keep it under control and just keep our mouths shut and get our shit done. That's what we were just trying to survive at the end of the day through this. We were just trying to survive working in this environment and getting our shit done and going home at the end of the day. It was a lot of personal decisions were made, a lot of things like that. But again, this isn't about the dog. What I'm talking about isn't about the dogs necessarily. It's just about my personal experience. So yeah, that happened. But the problem is with the animal care, what's the word? Not society, the animal care. I can't think of the word that I'm thinking of right now. You guys are probably like, it's this word. But in the overall animal health care title, I guess is what I could say, it's very female oriented. Not many males are. There is a lot of male vets. I'm not saying there's not. And there's a lot of males who work at daycares and vet offices and stuff. But it's primarily female. Born females. I should correct myself. I apologize. That is strictly what is in this environment is women. Born women. I don't want to offend anyone. I'm sorry. Oh my gosh. Because I know not all women have vaginas. I know that. But anyways, okay, I'm offending people. I apologize. Hate me. Roast me, please. If I said something wrong, please roast me for it. I take it and I will correct myself and fix it. Anyways, I know that. And that causes the tension of the females. And anyways, but it was a good location. Now, I worked there at this location from April to August. Because in August, on the Monday, the manager and the owner, he told us, which by the way, his sister works there too. It's another thing. He told us on a Monday that location is blacking out. Sorry, alarm clock. The location is blacking out, closing, no longer opened. They're done. Which was really heartbreaking because it's in such a good location. You know, we're right by downtown. We're in the middle of the traffic of people going in to and from work, or vice versa. Either they live downtown going to work on the other side of town, or they live on the other side of town and they work downtown. It was prime real estate for what we did. It was prime freaking real estate. And sadly, we couldn't keep up with it, which was ironic because we needed to hire a new person because they had to let someone go, which kind of deserved it. We let someone go, so for about a month and a half, 2 months, we were really short-staffed. We were 2-3 people under short-staffed, but we made it work. But we were very short-staffed. And then we were getting new customers, at least 3 or 4 new customers a week. I was constantly filling out paperwork, constantly answering phone calls, constantly answering these emails. I was on a roll with trying to get this shit done. I was trying. But I somehow lost access to the Facebook page. I somehow lost access to our Twitter. I didn't have anything to do with our Instagram page that is current. But I helped run the Facebook page. And I lost access to that after the girl who worked in the front with me officially left for maternity leave. I somehow lost all access to that. And I was like, I was helping you guys. And I was like, okay, whatever. I didn't think anything of it. But it makes sense with all of this adding up is because they were closing down. We were told on a Monday that Friday we were closing. And it was so upsetting. And I was like, what the hell am I supposed to do now? Like, what am I going to do for a job? And he's like, if you stick it out, if any of you stick it out the rest of the week, you will have a promised job, same schedule, same everything, Monday morning. I was like, at the other location, I was like, fine, perfect. I mean, I may not do front desk work, but at least I'm there Monday, Friday, 7 to 3. I still have my full-time job. I don't give a shit. That's how I felt. Like, I've only been to that location twice, and I didn't care that it was going to be in a different, I didn't care it was going to be in a different location. Happy! Anyway, I didn't care. I just wanted a job. And it was kind of ironic that we were told the day that my friend at work put in her 2-week notice is when we were told. So, and the owner and his sister kind of lied. If I felt like saying that they just found out, even though she told me that they knew 2 months prior. So that was a little weird. But he could have just said, we've known for a while and we've been trying to fix it, but he never mentioned anything like that. He just said, we're not meeting our books, we're not making enough money, we're closing. So I went down that Saturday because I worked Monday to Friday, we closed on the weekends, this location, but the other location was open on the weekends as well. I went down there Saturday morning and was like, hey, can I talk to so-and-so? And she's like, he's not in right now. What do you need? I was like, well, I'm from the downtown location. You know, this happened, which the employees of the downtown location found out the Thursday, the day before they closed. We closed down, so that was fun. And I was like, I need to speak to him because he told me this, this, and this, and he told this other employee this, and this as well. And she's like, well, I didn't know anything about that. I was told you guys weren't coming down here, none of you wanted to. And I was like, no, we definitely want a job. we definitely want to come and help you guys. You know, this is, I don't know boarding, but my other coworker, she knows boarding, and she said she would happily train me in it and help me out if anything. Which she did. She really, really helped give me tips and tricks on how to clean boarding kennels and stuff like that, because they have boarding at this location as well. So she's like, well, okay, I'll give you your name and number and I'll figure it out by tonight. And I was like, okay. And that location closed at 8, and she was there until I think 5. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna wait until like 3:30 to give her a call and to see if she figured it out, because I need to know Monday morning if I'm going into work. Like, I'm not just gonna show up. So I'm not gonna miss work either if I have it. So I called. She didn't have answers for me, and I was like, well, great. And then Sunday rolled around, they were closed, but she still gave me a call saying I'm still trying to figure it out. I was like, what the fuck? So Monday morning, I was like, well, it's not working. She told me that I can come in on the Tuesday at this time, this, you know, blah, blah, blah. And I was told that I could not have my full-time hours again. Pay will still be the same, but I was not having full-time. And I was like, no, no, no. He promised me full-time. This is what I'm getting. She was like, well, it's not fair to other employees. I'm like, I don't care. Half these employees don't even show up, which is another, that's way later on them saying about this. I didn't tell her that. I was just like, well, that doesn't matter. I was promised something and I should receive it. We should get what we were promised. You can make, the thing is, she could have made the schedule work because there's 2 other girls there who are full-time and they made it work. So she could have made it work that other employees were full-time as well. Places have full-time and part-time employees. Not just 2. They have multiple full-time and multiple part-time. It works. Especially if you're open from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday to Saturday, you can make it work. And plus, we're morning shifts and overnight shifts and stuff. You could make it work. She didn't, which was super, super freaking annoying. The location did not run well at all. It was huge. It was twice the size of the downtown one, which is fine. I didn't mind the size. Like, I didn't care. My problem was disorganization, lack of care of the animals, in my opinion, lack of care, letting just all the dogs run free out the door when fights could happen, fights could break, they could get injured. A lot of bad things could happen when they did that, but they still did it. And it was just a lack of consistency, lack of trust. Someone there, she constantly I'm not going to say who, she constantly followed me to the back, because my morning, I worked 6 to 1 a lot of the time, and I was there for helping boarding in the morning, of taking them out, feeding them, cleaning, getting them prepared to go home, you know, getting kennels prepared for dogs to come in that day. That's what my job was, which the only reason that location stayed open was because of the boarding. Because prior to people transferring from downtown to this location, they had like no customers during the day. And they had constant rushes in the first 3 weeks. We had constant rushes of dogs from the other side, from downtown, that we all loved and adored and we're so happy to see, because some of the dogs we didn't even think were going to come, and they did. I got super excited when I saw one in particular. She was a golden retriever. She is precious. She's a literal angel. And if my old coworker watches this, if she watches it, she knows what I'm talking about. She's a literal angel. So, which I think she's a regular there now, because I see my ex-coworker post on her Snapchat and Instagram photos of her. I'm so happy to see that. Oh, that dog was so precious. Oh, she was like so maternal. We called her the mother of all puppies because she played with the puppies so well. She deserved to have babies, but anyways, it just wasn't a fun experience. The camel that broke the straw that broke the camel's back was the 2 dogs I mentioned earlier that could not be seen with each other. They okay. They knew that at this location that these dogs couldn't even be in eyesight of each other. I warned them. 3 other employees warned them. They cannot be in eyesight of each other. Because if they are, bad things happen, and bad things almost happened. So I was in the yard. The dog's name is Hank. I was in the yard with him. He is, what was he? I think he was a Great Dane Mastiff or a Mastiff something. He was a Mastiff mix. But so I was in the yard with him and his little brother, who was a Great Dane. They were so cute together. One of the employees was bringing out the other dog, Kobe, who I don't remember what kind of dog he is, bringing him out. They caught eye. Hank, by the way, he comes up to like my hip, and I'm 5'3". He's fucking massive. He's a literal mastiff. He nearly broke the fence trying to get out to get to him. And I screamed, "Get him the fuck away." Like, I was cursing, screaming, because they were both really loud. And it caused uproar in the other yard of the other dogs being really loud. So, like, I had to scream, "Take him away." And she's just like, whatever. And I was so angry. I tell everyone this story of this is why I quit, because it's so irritating that you tell people constantly about something, and then they just fucking do it and they don't listen, and it drove me nuts. So they constantly put dogs together that shouldn't have been together, but this was like the biggest one. The biggest issue was these two. The trainer there, the owner would speak to her for a week, and he just told everyone that she quit when he wasn't even responding to her emails, texts, or phone calls. So that's a little side story right there. Overall, I loved the experience. Prior to the last like month and a half, I quit. Within like a month of being there, I quit. Because I couldn't mentally handle it. It was causing me stress. It was causing the dog stress. It was causing me stress with my dogs. It was just not good. So, but overall, I adored it. I miss it. I wish we didn't close down. If we didn't, I would still have a job. I would be fine. I wouldn't quit. I would have been good. You know? But sadly, I had to leave because I could not handle that place anymore. I didn't have an exiting interview. He didn't want to, I'm guessing, because he didn't respond to my email when I mentioned it to him, and I asked about it, so I just didn't get one, which is kind of annoying. But yeah, that was, again, not all dog kennel services are like this. I know that all of them are stressful. A lot of them are anxiety-ridden places. I know that, but not to this extent level, I feel like. I don't feel like all of them are this disorganized and this chaotic, and run by management like this. I don't think all of them are like that. But, that's just, again, my personal experience working in a dog kennel service. But like I said, overall, it was an amazing experience. I loved being there. I loved playing with the dogs, just sitting in the yard with them and just chilling. I loved it. Also, at this location, they're constantly on their phone in the yard with dogs, and that bothers me because at the other location, we weren't even allowed to do that. I have lipstick on my cheek. We weren't allowed to do that because if we did, we get super trouble. Oh my god, we get trouble. Which makes sense because that's, the safety of the animals is in your hands, someone's child is there. But that's my experience. Hair is up because video is ending. Put this stuff back in my bullet journal thing. Train is a coming my way. I hear it. So, I'm going to quickly end this video here. If you have any other questions about my personal experience there, please feel free to ask. Don't hesitate. I will answer any question you have. Yes, I've gotten pooped on. Yes, I've gotten peed on. Yes, I've been humped. And yet, I don't think I've been vomited on. I did a little bit on my shoe. And yes, I've had asses rubbed on me from dogs. If those are any of your questions, those are the answers for you. Yes, those things have happened. I had to change my shirt when I got poop on me once, but I should do like a legit story. Here comes a train. I live right by a train track, but I should do a legit story time video of things that actually happened there, and not just I'm waiting for it to do it. Is that a cargo train or a regular cargo train? Like a people cargo train. Also, if my phone's vibrating, if my phone's vibrating, it's because the parking lot and like a little thing of trees blocks us from the track. But I love my place, love my house, my apartment. I don't care. But I will, if you're interested, I'll do like an actual stories. Like I'll make up a list of stories that happened, some funny ones that happened working there. If you're interested, like literally getting shit on me and the dog constantly shitting. But thank you so much for watching. If you watched it this long, sorry it's so long. I do not edit. Hi, hello if you're new here. Excuse me, links down below will be my Snapchat, Instagram, my dog's Instagram. Excuse me, my dog's Instagrams, my Ebates referral link, my BoxyCharm referral link, my Kakaotalk, my Line Messenger, my Zepeto, I think it's Zepeto, that little like app through snow. Everything fun will be linked down below if you are interested. Also, a good website for lashes will be linked down as well. I'm not getting paid to talk about the site. I just love the lashes and I love the person who makes them. So, thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I really hope to see you guys in my next one. Also, this is bothering me, this whole video. Whatever. Bye, everyone.